Today on UinFO News, we'll discuss the latest bombshell report from investigative journalist Michael Shellenberger, who claims that at least 30 more whistleblowers working for contractors or the federal government have provided first-hand testimony about secretive UAP crash retrieval programs to the Intelligence Community Inspector General, the Defense Department Inspector General, and to Congress. This is UinFO News. The age of disclosure is here. This is UinFO News, keeping you informed. Welcome to UinFO News, your source for all the latest UFO and UAP information. I'm your host, Tony Shara. Thanks for being with us. Let's get started. Investigative journalist Michael Shellenberger has released a bombshell report on the website Public, claiming that at least 30 more whistleblowers have come forward since David Grusch and provided corroborating testimony about the government's UAP crash retrieval program to Congress and various oversight offices for the intelligence community. According to Shellenberger's sources, testimony from the whistleblowers included first-hand knowledge of crash retrieval and reverse engineering programs currently underway by the U.S., Russia, and China, the testing of exotic materials obtained from retrieved craft, and ongoing government disinformation campaigns. Shellenberger also reported that government agencies have been in contact and collaborated with NHIs, or non-human intelligence, and have successfully reverse-engineered triangular-shaped craft with unconventional propulsion. Let's take a look at a recent interview Michael Shellenberger gave to News Nation about his findings.
Public piece today. Michael, thank you for being with us. Really incredible reporting that took this to the next level for us to now know that 30 more whistleblowers have come forward and spoken to the Pentagon or to the Inspector General or to Congress. Do we have any indication of what they've said?
Hey, good to be with you, Brian. Yeah, I think it's an interesting story we did today. We spent a lot of time on it, a lot of time working on it, interviewed a lot of people, multiple sources, more sources even than my previous story. And pretty persuasive that really at least dozens of people have come forward as whistleblowers. They are making claims that are as dramatic as the claims that Grusch made to Congress and also to News Nation. The basic story of there being a crash retrieval program, reverse engineering program. As we point out in the story, we're not saying that this is proof of extraterrestrials or non-humans. We also point out that there has been government disinformation, including claiming that there are extraterrestrials, not just in dismissing reports. And we point out that there's actually still a lot of secrecy and that there's resistance to more openness. You mentioned the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community, Thomas Monheim, had said to Congressperson Burchett and Luna that they were not doing an audit or kind of looking into it in a letter that made it sound like they were not investigating. But one of the sources for our article pointed out that he did not say that they were not doing an investigation. And that may seem like semantics, but actually it refers to a very specific part of the job, which is to do investigation. So they could be doing an investigation, but not really being open or transparent about it. So, I think if this is a social contagion, which is definitely a possibility, or if it's disinformation or if it's something else, there's still a lot of secrecy and still a lot of people pushing to keep this a secret, which ironically just makes people more curious.
Absolutely.
If this was obviously something that so one possibility is a secret weapons program. But I mean, even there, I think there's real questions because, for example, you may remember that Reagan exaggerated the readiness of the Strategic Defense Initiative missile defense program rather than hiding it. So it's not obvious that they would even hide it if they had some drones or whatnot. It might be something that they would flaunt. So I think we still have a lot of questions, but we know that, as you said, the issue is, I think, taken on a new dimension now that we know that so many more people have come forward.
Prior to publication, Shellenberger reached out to government agencies mentioned in the article for comment. Not a single one responded officially. On the next episode of UinFO News,
We'll report on 10 shocking new videos recently released without warning by U.S. Customs and Border Protection of UAPs performing incredible high-speed maneuvers near sensitive areas monitored by CBP agents.
that does it for this episode of UinFO News. I want to thank you for being here as we cover the latest UFO and UAP developments. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new episodes. And visit us on the web at uinfonews.com, on Twitter, and follow us on social media. I'm Tony Shara, and this is UinFO News, keeping you informed.